Hey everybody, this is Bill. This is a little different. We don't have all three buyers here today, but I have a special guest. I just did a SKB factory tour with our SKB rep, Dan, and took some awesome videos. I have a new appreciation for what it takes to make an SKB case. I think in the photos you'll see there, it's pretty amazing, really. What really amazed me was how many people it actually took. At this factory, I found out they work 3 shifts, and it's like 300 people work at this factory. And they do roto molded and injection molded cases at the factory out here in California. So Dan's going to tell us a little bit about the tour, and I'll show you some pictures.
Good. Well, I knew Bill would love to see this factory tour because he and I share that we just love to see stuff being made, but especially something really cool like an SKB case. Of course, SKB has been here in Orange, California since the late 70s, I think 1977. They make the injection molded cases and the roto molded cases right here in the USA. And it's just really neat to see how it's done. So this SKB had this great opportunity to invite folks who wanted to come and see the factory, and then a lovely reception afterward. We had a great time. And what was your favorite part about the tour, Bill?
I think just well, the machines are huge for the. I mean, you got these huge machines that one actually had death skulls on it, which I thought was kind of funny. Crossbones, death skulls, like this will kill you type thing. And this machine was just huge, and you look overhead and there's a crane that says 20-ton crane, and that's just to pull this huge hunk of metal as a mold to put on this machine so they can make a little bitty case.
Yeah, or even the great big cases that they make, of course. But
Yeah.
these injection molding machines. They actually, when they installed them some years ago, they actually had to excavate the floor of the factory in order to accommodate these giant injection molding machines. And we have several of those giant ones running now. These big molds that weigh up to, they say 20,000 pounds each for a mold. And then that mold is put together inside the machine, and then very interesting process that it pulls in the material that makes the case, and one person operates the whole thing. A lot of it is, of course, robotic, and the cases come out of the molds, and then the robot picks it up and drops it in front of the guy who does a little bit of finishing, cutting the parts apart and attaching the hinges and the latches and handles and stuff. And it's just really neat to see. And then, of course, then that's the injection molding side, and then in the roto molding, another type of case, that's all done in a very different process, and Bill got some great shots of that. Big two-piece molds that are bolted together with the material inside, and they rotate, called roto molding, rotational molding, and they spin around and they go through a furnace that I think is 400 degrees. And it takes about 20 minutes for it to make the circuit through there as it's rotating and the material is melting and filling the mold, and then it comes out and they unbolt it and pull them out. A lot more manual labor to make that type of case, and but really interesting to see both processes, and then all of the other people that work to install other parts of it, to put the wheels on and to put the interiors in, and they were all super friendly and didn't seem to mind that there was a bunch of people coming through on tour.
Yeah, they were all wearing SKB t-shirts, which I asked a couple of them, hey, do you wear these SKB shirts every day? And I got different answers, so I don't know. So I thought that was kind of funny that they were all wearing SKB shirts, which would be very cool if they did wear them every day to show their loyalty to the company.
Well, and I tell you, this event is indicative of the way that SKB operates. I mean, to pull together hundreds, I know that the last number I heard, and this was several weeks ago, that 400 or 500 people were planning to come, and I'm sure that the number was greater than that. Super well organized, and people that I deal with at SKB on a daily basis that were there. They were the tour guides, and just did a really first-class job of doing this, making sure that small groups went through so they could hear the person that was leading the tour. And then when you finished the tour, took us into a nice outdoor tent with a really great jazz trio playing and some fantastic hors d'oeuvres, and really great. And then as people left, they would trade in their name badge that they had filled out for a nice little, I think they were calling it the NAMM survival kit, a small SKB case with some stuff in it for folks to get through NAMM. So.
And to talk about how nice they were, even, I'm pretty smart aleck at times, but one of the workers was there and he was putting wheels on some case that had wheels for a roller case, and I just looked at him and I was like, hey, have you ever put any of those wheels on backwards? And I guess he thought I was being pretty serious. He goes, oh no, but sometimes when I'm tired I put the nut on backwards. So I think he was being smart aleck back to me, kind of in a joking, funny way. But it was an amazing tour, new appreciation for what it actually takes. I don't think people think about what it takes to make a case of that caliber, in a case that's a lifetime warranty. So it's
And it bears mentioning again, made in the USA.
made in USA, lifetime warranty.
Waterproof, indestructible, dust-proof, best cases on the market.
Amazing. So, and then afterwards, Dan and I went to one of our favorite places to eat in California. It's called the Crab Cooker. If you're ever out here, it's just great nuance. They got sharks hanging overhead, and it's fresh fish. Unbelievable. I had salmon, and they had the best clam chowder in the world. So it's worth coming to.
Absolutely.
So thanks for inviting me, Dan.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming along.
All right. And we'll send more your way shortly.